been very lucky to be a part of the national education policy from the beginning when the committee was formed. And I have also given a lot of inputs from the Karnataka engineering colleges to Kasturirangan committee since 2017. And we have seen a lot of challenges and opportunities, a lot of people have told. But let me tell you, when people are still discussing, we have already started implementing it. Because the autonomous colleges, engineering college in Karnataka are supposed to implement the education policy from this year itself. It's a directive from the state government. And we have worked for the last 1 year to implement this. And already syllabus is ready. And we will be implementing for this batch where the Comet Care result is going to come from on Sunday. CET result has already come. For this batch, we are supposed to implement. So, while implementing, what happens is, we know, I think Professor Rajiv Gowda and me attended the last meeting. Same slides we are all sharing here also. But what I feel is, by and large, the psychology of us is that everybody wants to be a follower. Only few wants to be leaders. In fact, whatever policy come, we are all very good in discussions. We are all very good in pointing out the mistakes. But we always feel it's a constant optimization problem. And all these problems still will exist after 1 decade also. It will not be solved so easily. But if you want to catch on the attention of the people in the state, in the country, in the world, it is better you move forward first. So that is the philosophy with which we have started. And we have moved forward. We know all these problems will be stage by stage will be solved by the government, and every policy would be like that. So let us not wait for somebody to give the perfect solution. There is one statement called perfection is the enemy of excellence. I don't know whether we should accept this or not, but still, if we are waiting for a perfect menu for you to implement, that will never happen. In any policy, it will not happen. Let us try to move forward and start implementing it and try to find out a solution step by step. So that's it. So the new education policy advocates a lot of things on the holistic development, collaborations, interdisciplinary research, sustainable goals, 21st century skills. There are a lot of things which are going to happen. So I have taken one specific thing which majority of the institutions in the country are weak is the industry institute collaboration. We blame them and they blame us. That is a blame game which is happening for the last 50 years. Now at least with this policy a time has come that both of us have to move forward because they need us and we need them. I think it's like that. Fine? Because if we don't develop people, the human resource development, we don't develop it because there are a lot of exponential technologies. By the time I introduce a robotic labs in my college, already robotic technology has changed tenfold. That is how the companies move. And if I don't try to move with them, I'm not there. Still we can go on blaming them. So it's better in education. I don't blame anybody, but practically I think there is a laxity in some of the implementation which we don't do quickly. I think that is where always a complaint is there from the industries. So let us try to move quickly because anything you want to do today, there should be a time scale. In fact, generally we don't do on a time scale. Even sir was talking about research. Today, there is something called the constrained research. In China, MIT, they all talk about, say, I'll give a 2 years time, 3 years time for you to do it. Afterwards, please don't do it. It will not be needed. That's the way people are moving. So, somewhere I feel that we should try to move the things. What is the necessity for all the institutions today in the country? I am sure all of us are going for NAC. All of us going for NBA. All of us have to apply for NIRF ranking. Many of the institutions in the country, they want to be within 100, but it's not possible because everywhere they're losing marks. So, what cannot be measured cannot be improved. We should start measuring also where we stand. Then the improvement is going to happen. I am not going to details. I am sure all of you know about these things. Fine? Then, experiential learning. If a student visits the industry, how many of you give marks for that person or a student? Will never. If we take that as an extracurricular activity. So now, any activity which is done by a student, start giving a credit to it. I'll give a simple example. There was one professor who had come to our college from Singapore and he had brought one student. It is on software defined radios and there is a software. He had brought a MS student and that student was with the faculty for full 1 week. And I asked him what the student is going to get. He told already his 1 credit is over in 1 week. We are not doing all such things. So try to integrate everything as a part of the learning. Try to integrate everything as a part of the academics. Try to integrate everything parts of a credit. If you start doing that, let me tell you, our students are very good. I keep on asking a lot of people, what is the plus point of an Indian youth? They say adaptability and flexibility. Other countries using, but we are not using that. So in that way, any experiential learning methods, in fact, already I have personally identified 50 methods of experiential learning. If a student can do that in 4 years as a jigsaw puzzle in many of the courses, whatever he's doing, then his learning will be much better. And 50 hours of teaching in one course, please come out of that. You teach only 15 hours in a class, 30 hours, 40 hours you have to work with a student. We should also become a student while learning. Then his learning will also be very good. Madam beautifully gave some ways of learning. We are not following, it's only the way we are doing since morning, no, 2.5 hours. This is our teaching for a long time. But this generation retention is very, very less. 12 minutes, every 12 minutes the things have to be changed even in the class. Otherwise they'll go back to your mobile phones, WhatsApps and things of that sort. So let us try to get tuned with this generation XYZ. If we don't get tuned to it, we also feel bad, they also feel bad. It will be a lose-lose situation for all. So let us make whole of our education system, particularly if you ask me whether online was good or bad, ugly, let me tell you, I am not very happy being an engineering college professor. I am not happy fully with online learning. It has been effective only around 50-60%. It is good we have learned certain things, but everything has to be learned by doing. Engineering is all doing only. It's not there. You can't even feel how a CNC machine works. I can show videos of CNC machines, it is different. So, this practical way of learning would be very, very important. That's where we need the help of the industry people. If we can get connected to the industry and try to follow all these methods of experiential learning, people would be doing it. And the other place where you need industry people would be obviously placement and training. There's the total soft part of it, there is a hard part of it. Some students are good in the hard part, some students are good in soft part. I think there should be a cross-pollination which has to happen, where you need industry people, where you need soft skills people. Everything has to be integrated in a better way. Fine. So these are all the places where you feel that the industry help would be definitely necessary. And this is the kind of engagement. MOU should not be only on the paper note. MOU should be really working MOUs. We have, at least in RVC, we have more than 100 MOUs. I put one single point of contact for each MOUs to manage in the college. And their job is to see, don't have general MOUs also. You have a specific MOU. I think specific MOUs I have listed. These are all the things. I am not just for the sake of writing return. All these things we are already doing it. Some companies I take only for internship. Some companies I take for research. Some companies I take for consultancy. Based on the mutual interest of the people. The faculty, the students and the industry people. So now what happens is, generally what happens is we get connected with the industry at discrete points of time. There should be a continuity. What happens is if you go on showing too much interest, no, they will also help you. Otherwise they say, okay, this fellow has come only for project, do some work and go. It cannot happen like that. Put a faculty, ask the faculty to visit, have a faculty sabbatical, send them for 3 to 4 months to industry, let them work on some problem and come back. This literally has to be done because as I've already told you, we are very good in talking, but when it comes to the implementation, somewhere it's not done on a continuous time scale. So my sincere request to all the leaders who are here is that my job is only that. On my table, I'll have only NRF ranking. What did I get today for IPR? What did I get today for research marks? How should I make 1 mark increase next year? I work like that. And for that, what are the corresponding activities I have to do it? If being the leaders, if you don't put a dashboard on our table, things will not move. Being a leader, it should be top down, it cannot be down top. Don't expect somebody will do, then I'll take the credit for that. It will not happen. You start doing it. You start publishing a patent. You start publishing a good journal paper in Q1 and Q2. Then everybody will start doing it. So these are the MOU kind of contacts you can have with the, I have related only to industry institution. There are a lot of other things also which I am not going into. Fine. So please try to look into how we can develop. In fact, in the last 5 years, we have filed 58 patents in the college. Out of that, 60% are 4-month students' projects. Fine? And 35 have been published, 5 have been granted. It's a long journey. As sir told, he has so many patents, I was just getting wondered. Is one person, as a whole college, we are not in a position to do it. Fine, so that means it needs a lot of perseverance from every angle. So these are some of the engagements which you can have with the industries so that it's a win-win situation for both. Let me tell you today, industries are so opened up. They are ready to help the educational institutions. Only thing is we don't know what to ask them. Because you need a lot of preparation from our side to ask what we want from the industry. Then this is my favorite. We have spent a lot of things in developing centers of competence and centers of excellence in the college. We have totally 14 centers of competence and excellence at our college. Investment and sponsorship is around 50 crores in the last 5 years. Huge kind of resources are there. People have started working. This concept of building the centers of excellence in the way what we are talking about. In fact, somebody was talking about a socially relevant research. Fundamental research is needed. It will take some time. But the socially relevant research, if you do it, there is a lot of funding. I need not have to reinvent the wheel on the what is the problem to be solved. There are a lot of agencies. In fact, you can refer to all your sustainable development goals, Vision 2035 document, grant challenges for engineers. There are so many documents that the problems have been already identified and what is needed for the world. You take a small bunch of that and start working, then it is going to be possible. So in fact, this is where some of the things will be very youngsters, let me tell you. If you ask a blockchain technology, a 22-year-old person is a good researcher in blockchain technology today. It's not that people have too much of experience. You should accept that fact and start moving and try to get the data from him and start doing a good research work and try to implement. Fine? So this culture of building centers of excellence and centers of competences with the help of the industry, the academia, research institutions and the students is going to go a long way. Fine? There will be good learning. Make all these things available to the students. Many times what happens is research facility is a property of one person. They lock it and go. If you do like that, research doesn't happen, student will not know. Open up everything. Let them come and see. Let them use it. Then the utilization, the knowledge base, the learning, everything is going to happen. Let him visit all the labs in your institution. A computer science student doesn't know where the mechanical lab is there. Then we talk about interdisciplinarity. How is it possible? Make a trip of the cross things. Then the learning would be much better. Then of course, once you start doing all those things, you can develop entrepreneurship, you can have a incubation center, you can have a startup. I am sure that, except 1 or 2 phases, in industries we are not good at. From phase 3, according to me, we are not good at in academic institutions. At least in many places, phase 1 and 2, we are very good. So 3, 4, 5, 6, we need definitely industry people. Try to involve them from the beginning. Then automatically students will learn a lot. Then college will get the credit, or all your NRF ranking, everything will automatically increase. So without having an active participation in all those things, let me tell, Rome was not built in one day, it will not happen. If you start today, NEP 2030 only, correct implementation will be there. But if you don't start today, it will go to 2035, 2040. It's as simple as that. Fine. Finally, the collaboration will lead to all those things which is expected by an education institution today. It could be either the deliverables in terms of the products, it could be in terms of employment. Somebody was telling me, why should I worry about employment in education institution? My purpose is education. Why so much puzzle? Just take out employment and see how many will join your college. Then we'll come to know. It's very easy to say, but based on the adaptability to the society, we also have to make. Employment is very important because the people who go for research work is not more than 10 to 15% among the student population. They want to become economically independent. So we cannot say that employment is not important. If employment is definitely one of the outcomes and the measurables which we have to see. So like this, you can look into all the things, and our younger generation youth are very, very powerful, let me tell you. Only thing is we are not challenging them to get things done. If you start looking into that and do it, automatically that self-reliant India or Atmanirbhar Bharat, what is talked about, can be definitely achieved. So whatever stage we are there, you are in 0th level, first level, second level, every level has got a challenge and an opportunity. You start moving from there, make a delta X improvement every year. We have all, I have been practicing that for quite some time. And let me tell you, we have been doing good. I don't say we are excellent, but definitely we are good. But my focus for next 10 years I have already set. So if you got looking into how to make the multiple exit entries and how to make it, let us say, academic bank of credit, those are all administration issues. Somebody will give some guidance, we'll do it. Our academics and research, if we don't take care of it, then it will not move further. So please try to help of all the stakeholders, particularly people like him. You should call or live with the students. They will learn a lot. Fine. So let us get connected. Particularly the industry, I am also a chairperson for Industry Institute Interface, the 3I committee of BCIC. And if anybody would like to collaborate, work with BCIC to get connected with the industry, because 800 companies are members of that. And we can all get connected. It is very, very easy to get connected with them. It's not all difficult. Either MSME sectors or the large scale companies. So we'll be very, very happy to associate with any college over here, because collaboration and competition coexist. We have to live with both of these. Then we can make our younger generation in a better way. I think this is what I wanted to tell you with a